Tradarius. Well, I received another, I would say, request, although you never really requested by words. You just send me stuff. So I don't know, is it just for me to enjoy my evenings watching your animation, or, okay. I'll do you one critique here. Although I still don't know in which class you are. I asked you in email, you never answered to me. I assume you are Portfolio 7, but it would be nice if you actually would declare that. And also, why exactly you want me to do your critiques if you have instructors, right, in Portfolio 7. All right, so let's take a look and let's talk about it.
No way! This year, this is a twosome. Not one, not three, dos. Two. Got it? No way! This year, this is a twosome. Not one, not three, dos. Two. Got it? No way!
All right. Well, there are some classical, I would say classical problems that would imply to you, so far as much as I know your work, because we've been working together for last month and now already for this portion of the month, right? So again, you should know by now that when you're showing me your animation for first time, especially for first time as this one, that you should not send me in auto tangents, because I really have no clue which part of this is your work and which one is my in-betweens. Why would I try to figure it out? Is this yours or this one or that one? Which of these poses I should critique? This one, that one, or this one? That one? No, that one. Maybe that one. Which, that would be a huge guessing game for no reason, just by you neglecting to follow my instructions, right? So if you did send me this in a step tangents, as I'm asking for first 2 weeks, because first 2 weeks we are focusing on building poses, and then we are switching to auto tangents, because then we start dealing with the other agendas, as a timing, as a smoothness, arcs, and moving holds, and a dialogue. Like in this case, we have to do lip sync then, and all kind of stuff. But at this point, it's all about posing, right? Especially first week, although that must be your work from some previous portfolio classes or something, or maybe your personal work, what actually I would encourage you to do. That means out of the school, right? That's all fine. You should work, all the time animation. If you are planning to be an animator, you should do it constantly. Yes, the more you work, the better you get. Practice makes it perfect. You've heard that one, right? So, again, I would really prefer to have it in a step, so I can see poses, and then I can go over the poses and say, like, okay, this one is good, this one would be better if you do this, and so on and on. And I can draw over. That's why you did send me Scene Sketch, and then that's why I'm asking for a Scene Sketch. But at this point, it's almost like I don't know which. I mean, definitely this one is yours, I would say, right?
No.
I would probably start with a character looking at the person that he is talking, and with arms a bit still maybe off, and then I would go into the your pose. No, see, he would go from here, right? He would be looking at a and then he would go down. No way. No, so that would be moving in. No way. Well, next pose should be really strong again, and you stop here. Why would you stop it? No way. He can. He can go forward, right, a bit. No, head maybe a little bit up, right? Rotate a bit up. No way. Hey. So we go, no way. You see it very wide. No way. And now you have to also stay in some moving holds. That's all another thing what you should start practicing. But before even I start, I'll return to this, but before I start talking about animation further, I think that camera is also maybe too close or something, because your character is, constantly, getting out of the screen. His head should be here. We should have a little bit of negative space here, and arms, they shouldn't go further out than this. So this one is good, but not like this. That's not good, right? Then you have a last let's see, 53, 86. It's like a 30 or so frames of nothing. Why would you show this? I mean, what good can come out of that? I mean, if you're showing that to a director or a supervisor of animation in a studio, they will have the same question as I have, like, why are you showing me this? If this is the end of the scene, then you cut it here. If there is more, then you were supposed to show me animation. So yeah. This guy is sitting on something that is big guess. What is that? Because it doesn't look like chair. So if you can't render it better, and I don't know what is this, that's also questionable, right? There is a bed, as much as I can see, in the middle of like a warehouse, empty warehouse. You should create a little bit more cozy environment, like he's in his bedroom, maybe, So yeah, if usually beds head part of the bed is next to the wall, right? And if the wall is here, maybe you have some nightstand here, some maybe lamp if you can find or whatever, some little rug, if that's going to be even visible, I don't know. And then usually the bed it's not necessary, but there could be wall like this, so we get some kind of feeling of space, And he, instead of sitting on this, whatever this is, he can sit on the bed maybe here and talk. And camera can be, like that or so. So yeah, you can play a little bit with a setting up character a bit better. If he's sitting, it's almost impossible to get up of the chair if you have both legs forward. If you have both legs forward, now it's impossible to get up, really, because the weight of upper body is here. So we're talking about gravity, right? And the legs are over there. So just to get up, just straight up, it's really impossible. So what you have to do, for example, when you are sitting, right? Usually what we do is we pull our legs closer under the chair, under the whatever sofa or so. If there is if the character is sitting on something that doesn't allow feet to go under, let's say that he's sitting on bed that is like this one, right? You cannot go under, right? So still you would pull the feet all the way up to the point where you can go, and then as the character is getting up, he would have to lean forward so that would happen first, and then he would go up, right? Because we have, again, to deal with the weight shifting of upper body. We have to put that heavy weight of torso, head, and arms over the legs. And when the bulk of that weight gets over the legs, then we can use the legs and push it up. But, if you have this situation, you can't lift this by pushing here, right? Or pushing here and your support is here. That's why when we if you have a car, here is a car. This is my car. It's pretty, right? So, look at that. This tire got flat. Crap. Okay, so now I have a jack in my trunk. Hey, here's a trunk. It's a Cybertruck. Ah, yeah, Cybertruck. Okay, so what do? I have a jack. Where do I put my jack? Here? Do I lift back side of the car if I want to change this front tire? No, of course. That's exactly what I'm talking about here, right? So you have to, lift it where, to release the pressure here from this part. That's exactly what's happening here, right? We can't lift upper body if legs as a support, as a jacks, are here. We have to put them closer to, where the upper weight is going to be. So it's a combination of pulling first feet a bit closer to hips, and then we move upper body over the legs, and voila, that's how it happens to get up. That's just a little bit about getting up. Also, the whole pose would work a bit better if if he's not sitting with the legs kind of like that next to each other. But if you would kind of like open up a bit, it looks more I don't know, comfy or something, a bit like, for example, if if it's like that, right? Okay, here. I don't know why is this happening, but so where we were, yeah, okay. Then you have to also get rid of the habit where you just grab hips and control of the hips and you just rotate one side. So everything, the upper part goes this way, the hips are going that way, and it just looks so rigid and stiff. It looks like a toy. I don't know if you're using any kind of video reference, but I would strongly suggest that you do use video reference. You can find any kind of reference on websites, internet, YouTube is great. But if you have particular idea, you can record yourself, or you can record your friend, or your friend can record you, or any other, So when you have a video reference, again, doesn't mean that you have to follow 100% your video reference, but it helps a lot to get that natural feeling in the movement, So that's something that would help you greatly. And now let's talk another thing that is important. And what is important is that even in animation without dialogue, but especially with dialogue, you have to listen, like da 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 whoop da 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 wah. You have to follow this like a dialogue where and find where you have a kind of like a peaceful parts. From here to there, it's kind of peaceful, and then gets something, and then whoa, here he kind of explodes, and then we have a peaceful here again, and then he does again. You see, that should indicate where you should move your character the most, and where you should move the least. Here, where you should move the least, like from here to there, that should be moving hold, right? Moving hold here, moving hold there, and then comes a little like anticipation from the end of moving hold, little anticipation, and then that's anticipation. And then you move to this part where he's more active, especially here, right? And then you stop again. And then you do another anticipation before you get to this part. Talking about anticipations, they are usually like in this small movements, kind of like a little squash or something. But overall rule about anticipation is that for big action you need big anticipation, for smaller actions small, and for almost none you can use almost like a little in between that you already got when you switch to auto, and then you just adjust that in between to have a little little maybe counter animation in it as the in between starts to move towards the forward next key. You can maybe rotate head a little bit back to kind of create overlap, or maybe a little squash in the spine. Just little things, because if you just have lots of in-betweens and major keys, even if those major keys look greatly constructed, it will be still rigid and stiff, because usually our bodies are moving very freely, right? So there is lots of joints in our bodies, and it moves like a kind of like a chain. It doesn't look like a stick, if you have a stick maybe with 3 joints and you start to move that, yeah, it will move, but it's going to be still very stiff. But if you have a chain or that stick with lots of joints, it will move very, very fluidly, and that's what we are looking for in what should happen in animation, right? Like, what exactly is that action here with his hips? Why is he doing that? So that's the whole problem of not having strong keys, those storytelling poses, and then moving on, having it like a holding pose, and then move to another strong pose, and then holding it for a while, and then moving, because characters should not move all the time.
No way! This year, this is a twosome. Not 1, not 3, dose!
The thing is that, yes, sometimes you might have a chance, or just your work might be that you end up on animating some crazy guy who escape a madhouse, or he's crazy, or whatever. So yeah, that's one of the ways how you're gonna animate that particular character. But story-wise, we will know that he's crazy. But usually people do not move all the time, unless they were drinking too much coffee or something, or Red Bull. We have, again, going back to it because it's really important. We have a poses where we think it's important, like no, and then and that's a moving hold here, right? That's a moving hold for maybe second or two, and then you move to another. And then maybe he, then maybe he moves back. If a character is, for example, standing here, maybe that's maybe he's as an interview. Here is another guy. He's interviewing him for a job. I'm sorry, but I'm coming up with these stories right out of. And this guy is offering him some really small amount of money for that position, and this guy's pissed off, and he is like, but, he's confused maybe here, so he's like, but, that would be like a moving hold, right? So he's not really frozen, but you do animation on like there, he moves a little bit, but he still kind of holds position, and then but I'm not, he's like, I'm not. He leans over the table, right? And this guy's like, what? Stay away from me. I'm not. So this happens quick, and then you get again moving hold here. I'm not gonna accept that. That again is a moving hold where he's not frozen, but he's talking directly to this guy, and then through maybe some little nice breakdown, you see he kind of you see I'm creating like arc going a bit down, and then I'll go back. Let me finish this. And then he goes into like, what were you thinking, or something, like, what? So once again, right, here we have a situation, and this guy said, like, this is only for $5.95 per hour, and this guy's like, what? No way! He yells at him, no way! I will not accept that. See that? Right? So you start here. He's in kind of moving hold where he's like, no, and then he moves fast into this. I will, like, this is not enough. Moving hold, and then he goes back. I will not accept that. Again, kind of moving hold where he holds the pose, not frozen. When we are talking about moving holds, doesn't mean frozen pose, right? And that's it, right? So that is really like a animating dialogue and acting parts in a nutshell. And of course, when you're animating character talking, lip sync, then you have to, of course, use as exaggerations for the lip sync. Also, you should not forget whole face to animate. I'm not saying here that you didn't. I'm just reminding, like, because lots of people just move a mouth or so, and yeah, that's pretty much it, what I have to say about so far. All right, thank you, man.